Chevy. God didn't put you on this planet with no huge calling, with no huge purpose, because I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know where I was headed. I didn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. It might slow me down a little bit. It might make me stumble a little bit, but it never makes me stop because I'm going somewhere. I'm going after something. I'm going to be somebody. That was a really good workout, actually. There's no part of me that wants to do this morning. Like, I'm so tired. Why do my car sound like a 96 Chevy? Are you good, G? Oh my gosh, I'm tired. I am usually almost done with my warm-up at this point, but the colder it gets, the harder it is to get up. I really used to struggle with letting my emotions dictate my actions. As far as, like, I will have a routine, right? Like, let's say I had my routine set into place like I do now, where I get up really early, I go to the gym, I do my Bible study, I do all these things. The second that anything happened in my personal life that just made me feel some type of way, I would stop doing my routine. Like, I'd be like, oh, I'm real sad, so I'm just going to stay in the bed this morning. Or, oh, this person really made me upset, so I'm just going to stay in the bed. Like, I don't want to do it. Like, I would lose all motivation. And it was like that for a long time. And I really feel like that is a huge part of what led me to rock bottom. Like, I let other people's actions dictate how I moved in my own life, how I operated. I let my feelings toward other people's actions, or just my feelings in general, dictate what moves I made on any given day. And that's crazy. That is crazy, y'all. You cannot let your feelings dictate your actions. You will get nowhere doing that, because your feelings always change. You know how many feelings you feel in one day? Like, if you're running based off your feelings, you will be a hot mess. I had to really learn to sit by myself and decide what it is that I wanted to go after, and then make a solid plan as to what steps I need to take in order to achieve that thing, and then go hard for it regardless of any distractions or any roadblocks that get in the way. And when you really think about it, it makes no sense why we ever do anything other than that. Like, if you're on a road trip and you know your destination, obviously, you're telling me that every single time you come across a distraction on the side of the road, you stop going towards your destination? Like, that sounds ridiculous. Why would you do that? I feel like a lot of us do that because we don't know our destination. We have no idea where we're headed. We've never really sat down and made a solid plan for our life and what we want to achieve and what we want to go after and what we want our future to look like. And because we don't have any idea of what we want our destination to look like, we let every single roadblock, every single distraction determine our value to ourselves. We're like, oh, I just won't be nothing now because this deer crossed the road. Huh? What? Are you kidding me? Do you know how many distractions you have on a road trip? Especially how long our road trips are, because our callings are huge. God didn't put you on this planet with no huge calling, with no huge purpose. If you have ever been on any of my lives, I use the road trip analogy for so many different examples, so many different things that we speak on. But I'm never speaking about a road trip. I'm always speaking about life, right? It's just a good example to use. But before I sat down and brought God into my life and really tried to focus on what I wanted and what God needed me to be in this world, I had no destination. I was on a road trip life and I was just going with the flow. I was just driving around, wasting gas. I don't even know what I was doing, honestly. And I would come across all these hardships and all these obstacles and all of these distractions that would just make me miserable because I didn't know where I was going. And so I would stop every single time I had a distraction. because I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know where I was headed. I didn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. And now that I have such a solid, clear vision on what I'm here to do, there's nothing that can distract me from going after that. All the hard feelings that I face, all the attacks that I face, all the hardships, all the obstacles, it might slow me down a little bit. It might make me stumble a little bit. I might slow my speed down. I might even take myself off of cruise control for a second just because I need a better, but it never makes me stop. It never makes me fall out of my routine because I'm going somewhere. I'm going after something. I'm going to be somebody. I'm going towards the light at the end of the tunnel. Ooh, good morning. Let's go work out. That was a really good workout. Actually. I was trying so hard not to start boohoo crying on the treadmill. Like I had taken my shirt off and just had my sports bra on or whatever because I was so hot. And I had to use my shirt to like wipe my eyes because I know people was looking at me. I was just crying. Like I be having so many emotions all the time, and oh my gosh, it's like I be so sick of being a female. Men be complaining that women are so emotional. Imagine how the heck we feel. Like half the time I can't even keep up with my own self. It's like I'm tired. I feel like my lifestyle is such a bittersweet one. Like I'm so grateful for everything that I get to do. Like I love every part of my career, every part of my calling, every part of everything. But some days I just don't want to do this. Some days I don't want to have it all together. Some days I don't want to be nobody's inspiration. Like some days I just want to lay there and not have to do any of this. Some days I wish I didn't know better so that I didn't have to do better. And that sounds crazy to some people, but those that get it. Like when you really call on God and you really get that calling for your life, it's like you can't unsee it, and now you have no real choice but to go after it. Like I can't just go lay in the bed. What? Like it doesn't even make sense to say that out loud. Like for me to really see this clear vision for my life and then just quit. Like quitting is not an option. And some days that's hard to really fully believe that and be like, you know what, I have to get up and do it. I have to keep going whether I feel like it or not. And some days that's hard. You have to cry that thing out. You just gotta cry that thing out because you can't stop. What you gonna do? But the workout felt so good. Some days I really just had to put my headphones on during my workout but turn the music off and listen to my internal dialogue to just remind myself that I'm here. Like I got me, like even on those days when it feels like nobody really gets it, when it feels like nobody's really clapping for you, you have to be there to clap for yourself. Like you have to. And on those days when I'm just like emotional and I'm really fighting like hell to not let my emotions dictate my actions, I had to just remind myself internally that like I got me. Like I'm still clapping for me. Like I know that I can do this. Like I have to hype myself up. And it's hard. Some days it's hard. It's hard to feel alone. It's hard to be chasing after something so huge when nobody really gets it. Like you have your people, you have your village, but nobody really gets it. Nobody can fully understand every aspect of your story, and you can't expect them to. You have to understand you. You have to check in with you. You have to love you. And some days at the gym, I just have to remind myself of that. But it's hard. It's definitely hard. Whew. Good morning, though. Happy Wednesday. Go be great.